On the 12th December 2024 morning, a call came to the police control room. The news was that a man had committed suicide. When the police reached location, they saw that a man's body was hanging in the room, and on chest of body, on an A4 size paper, was written in capital letters, "Justice is due." This man had left behind a 90-minute video, 3-folder containing 9 documents and 12 photos, and a 24-page letter. Who is this man, and what compulsion must have been his that he had to take such a step? And why did he give such a detailed answer to the people? So let's learn more about today's case. Revolve around Atul Subhash. Atul Subhash was a resident of Samastipur, Bihar, India, and he was the eldest son of his family. Atul's parents, Anju Modi and Pawan Modi, had made Atul capable by educating him with great difficulty. After completing his education, he did his master's artificial intelligence and became an AI engineer in Bangalore. Atul was working as deputy general manager in an automobile company, and he takes care of his old parents, and he also takes care of the responsibilities his younger brother Vikas very well. His life was very good, but there was only one thing missing in his life, and that was a life partner. So for this thing, he created a profile for himself on matrimonial site, and the missing part of his life was also going to be found very soon through this website. In 2018, Atul met Nikita Singhania through this website, and she was a resident of Jaunpur, UP, India. When Atul started interacting with Nikita for the first time, he used to think that she spoke very little because she speaks only as much as is needed, and so he thought that this is a mark of the wisdom. So that means this girl must be very intelligent. Slowly, their conversation has to increase. Now, Atul also liked Nikita, and since they talked or chatted on the phone, while doing this, Nikita still used to talk less to Atul, and Atul could not wait to marry Nikita and start a new chapter in his life, and that day was not so far away. Now, Nikita and Atul got married in April 2019 because Nikita's father's health was often bad. That's why Nikita's family got her married early, so that her father could see his daughter's wedding while he was still alive. Both the families and Atul were very happy. Atul had planned to go to Mauritius for his honeymoon. He was very excited to make new memories in Mauritius, but when Atul reached his honeymoon with Nikita, he found Nikita a little distant from him because the problem was that she did not talk to Atul properly. Even after marriage, she never used to go out with Atul, so he kept asking Nikita again and again that what has happened, have I done something wrong, or else I have made a mistake. But when Nikita told him the reason why she likes this, Atul was heartbroken after hearing this. Actually, Nikita was so distant because she never wanted to marry Atul, but due to pressure from the family, she had to agree. Just imagine, if one of the partners on the honeymoon says such a thing, what would happen to the other person? Well, this was just the beginning. This was a very heartbreaking thing for Atul, and there used to be a lot of fights between Atul and Nikita regarding this matter. But Atul thought that I can't give up like this. He thought that maybe if I keep trying and showing Nikita how much I love her, how much I care for her, then maybe she will come back around and she will also feel my love. So when they both came back to Bangalore from Mauritius, Atul started making extra efforts just to make her feel comfortable. He used to drive his bike 13 kilometers daily to drop Nikita to her office and would also go to pick her up from his office in the evening. Whatever Atul did, the efforts were finally visible to Nikita, and Nikita also started liking Atul. And soon they both came close, and Nikita got pregnant when all this was happening. Nikita lost her job because of discipline reasons. Nikita was fired from her job. Now Nikita used to stay at home, and to pass her time, she used to either talk to her mother on the phone or she used to watch Korean dramas the whole day.
कोरियन ड्रामा देखती थी, कोरियन रोमांटिक ड्रामा। उनका एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि मैं जो ना कोरियन आदमी जैसा हो जाऊं, लेकिन मैं इंडियन आदमी हूं और मैं ऐसे ही ठीक हूं।
At this time, Atul used to take great care of Nikita. He used to take her for regular doctor checkups, and he used to bring medicines for her at home. There was a maid and cook so that Nikita would not have any trouble. And this was all because Nikita was not feeling well at that time. Atul called his mother to Bangalore in December to take care of Nikita. He just wanted his wife, and his child should not have any problem. And in 2021, Nikita gave birth to a son who named as Vyam So after the arrival of his child, Atul felt that there will be only happiness in our life, but he was very wrong. After the birth of his son, Nikita's behavior changed a lot. During same time, Atul's wife Nikita, despite being free the whole day, did not help Atul in any of the household work. In fact, she did not even change her son's diaper herself. During this time, the first lockdown was imposed in India, and as we know, the cases of corona were very high at that time, and neither any maids were available nor shops were open. But to ensure that Nikita does not face any problem, Atul made some arrangement and hired a lady as a house help. Now, Nikita used to just rest the whole day and talk to her mom on the phone, and Atul not only did his office work, but even the housework, and he also took care of the child now. At this point, Atul thought that maybe if Nikita goes back to work, it would divert her mind a little. If she goes back to work, then maybe she will feel better. So that is why he taught programming to Nikita, made her resume, for which he also applied for interviews at many places, and finally, she got a job. But after getting the job, the situation got worse from Nikita's side, because after getting the job, she started telling Atul that she wanted money from him because she had to invest in his business. And this was not a small amount that Nikita and her family were asking money from Atul. First, they asked for 3 lakhs, then 9 lakhs, and then 4 lakhs. This amount was very big. After thinking a lot, Atul had to give her money, and this was all going on while the first lockdown was happening, and then the second lockdown happened, during which Atul's wife's health deteriorated further. After this, Nikita's mother Nisha came to Bangalore live with her, and when her mother came to live with them, there was one of the worst thing that could have happened to Atul. Now Nikita and Nisha used to talk about Atul, 50 lakhs, because her family had to buy a good house in the central area of Jaunpur, but Atul flatly refused because he had already given 16 lakh to Nikita and her family. There were fights between them every day, and on the 17th May 2021, Nikita packed all her belongings and left the house, taking Vyam with her, and now she lives in Delhi. She was working at a company called Accenture and lived there with her son. On the other hand, Atul was completely alone once he returned to Bangalore. But in 2024, Atul's life completely changed. There were 9 cases against him, including dowry, domestic violence, unnatural sex, and divorce. Some of these cases were not only against Atul, but also against his family, because apparently they were demanding dowry from Nikita and had also beaten her. So many months had passed that now he could not even remember the face of his son. In the past 9 years, Atul had gone from Bangalore to Jaunpur 40 times to appear in the court, but his family had also gone there many times. Meanwhile, Atul used to go to his office and take leave from job and go for these court hearings. But sometimes there was no judge, or sometimes there was a lawyer's strike, due to which Atul's all-the-way travel from Bangalore to Jaunpur got wasted. When Atul told Nikita, "Let's settle this matter," so Nikita directly asked him for 1 crore, which he later increased to 3 crores. And obviously Atul did not have that much money, so in the end he had no option except that he kept going back to the court hearings, and at this point, because the court was also not doing anything to help him. So when Atul asked for help from Madhav, who was a clerk in High Court, Atul said to that clerk that I have to come here again and again. So he tried to keep dates very far from each other so that he doesn't have to travel too much in a single week or month. But this clerk was very corrupt, and this clerk, he used to take bribes of 50 to 1,000 rupees to keep the time period between 2 hearings longer. Not only this, the judge of Atul's case, Judge Rita Kaushik, was also found to be corrupt. Rita Kaushik had taken 5 lakh rupees from Atul to settle down this case. Now in this case, his wife was demanding money from him. This clerk is demanding money from him. People around him were demanding money from him. And now even the judge was asking for bribe from him. And the situation was so bad that once in the court hearing, when Atul told judge that Nikita, my wife, has made false allegations against me, then Rita, who was the judge, said, "So what? She is your wife." After hearing this, Atul was shocked that a judge is saying all this. In this shock, he told the judge that every year, because of such false cases, how many husbands commit suicide. As soon Atul said this, his wife Nikita said that to him, "Why don't you also commit suicide?" After hearing this, Judge Rita Kaushik starts laughing loudly. After this, Judge Rita sent Nikita out of the courtroom, and then she said to Atul that I knew that this case was false. If he wants to be settled this case, then he will have to pay 5 lakh to judge, Rita Kaushik. If anyone was in Atul's place, then he would obviously get broken from inside. On one side, there was his wife, who with him. On top of that, false cases were being filed one after the other, not just on him, but also on his family. On the other hand, there was the law, which, instead of helping Atul, was asking for a bribe from him. At this point, it seemed that Nikita's family was only interested in money, and for he could stoop to any level, and you people must be thinking to what level these people can stoop. The proof of this is one thing which happened with Atul. When Nikita mother Nisha in the court, she said to Atul in court one day that you are still alive. I thought I will get the news of your death. When Atul replied that if I die then, who will pay your party bills? After this, Nisha says that after your death, your family will give us the money. Anyway, husband and his wife also have a right to the husband's family property. This is literally disgusting, and I'm not making this up. Atul had completely lost at this point. 5 people had been torturing at him for the last 3 years, and he could not do anything. The last hope he had is judicial system, the law. Those people were also kind of harassed at him. Now his wife Nikita Singhania, mother-in-law Nisha Singh Singhania, Judge Rita Kaushik, brother-in-law Anurag Singhania, and Nikita's uncle Sushil Singhania. First of all, these people used to harass Atul, and now they were not even allowing Atul to meet his son. And Atul, there seemed to be no end his problems. Not just him, his old parents were also being harassed by these 5 people. After all this happening for so many years, Atul seemed that the only reason behind all this trouble was him and his money. Now he felt that if he was not alive, then these people would have no reason to trouble his family or him. Harassing old parents, asking for money from them. And with a heavy heart I have to say this thing, Atul Subhash, a 34-year-old engineer, took his life on 8th December due to all this. But he was not going to let himself go so easily. So on 8th December, he recorded a 90-minute video in which he very comprehensively told the story of and wrote a 24-page letter in which he had attached all his evidences. Just back to his statement, he had named all those people because of whom he was going to take this step. And he emailed this video and his note to brother at 1 a.m. in the night. And he also sent these video to a NGO's WhatsApp group so that no one can delete this evidence. The next day, 9th of December, police found his body inside his house. And on the chest of the body on a paper was found in which written in capital letters, "Justice is due." After this, when the police reached Nikita Singhania's house, they found Nikita has not gone to her office since December, and she is also missing. Judge Rita Kaushik is on a very convenient leave right now. In the meantime, Atul's parents and brother are trying their best to get justice for their son and brother. They have lost their son, such a son whom he had raised with great care, a son who never wanted to give any trouble to anyone, but unfortunately, the same son was given so much trouble, and now he cannot tolerate this thing at all. But in this case, one thing so good that Bangalore police has finally arrested Nikita Singhania, along with her mother and brother, in the case of Subhash Atul's death. But right now I don't have much information about this, but Atul left a note. When you read the thing, it is really heartbreaking, in which he writes that because he didn't spend much time with his son Vyom, but he loved his son very much. So he hand over the box to his brother Vikas Kumar and has written that he should keep it safely for his son Vyom. And when Vyom turns 18, the box should be handed over to him. And his wish is that his parents should raise Vyom so that they can instill some values in him. And he doesn't want his wife to raise his son. One of his last wish, that his ashes should not be immersed until he gets justice. And if he does not get justice, then he wants that his ashes should be thrown in the drain near the court, where he goes.
Evidence और सब कुछ होने के बाद भी अगर कोर्ट ये जज और मेरे बाकी के हरासर्स को पनिशमेंट नहीं देती है और बरी कर देती है, तो मेरा जो अस्थि है वहीं कोर्ट के बाहर किसी गटर में बहा देना चाहिए.
It should be poured there so that everyone understands that our justice system, our law, has failed.
हमेशा हमेशा के लिए मैं ये अपना लेसन सीखता रहूं कि इस देश में क्या वैल्यू है एक लाइफ की.
With this today's case, Atul Subhash ends here. Before you guys go, please like, share, subscribe the video, and comment down below.